Sucker Punch officially revealed Ghost of Yotei, which isn't exactly a sequel to Ghost of Tsushima, but instead another entry into what we can now call the Ghost series. So we're going to dive into the announcement trailer, talk about this gameplay, and look closer at the blog post that went up, which has a lot more info that's not in the trailer. This video is sponsored by Manscaped, and it's time to unveil their latest masterpiece, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra in Forged Gold. Now these blades are not just for looks. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Gold is engineered for excellence. Thanks to its next-gen dual skin-safe blade heads, you're guaranteed for a sleek, effortless finish, whether you're trimming the beard or the boys. The trimmer blade features longer, wider, rounded teeth that chew through hair, and the foil blade goes beyond the typical finish, giving you that golden touch that's perfectly smooth. And switching between the blades couldn't be easier. Just pop them off like this, swap it out, and pop it right back in, and then you're good to go. The Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Gold isn't just about luxury, it's also packed with features. The new LED light helps you see what you're shaving so you can get that golden finish, and it's also got two light temperatures for different skin tones. The travel lock makes sure that you never turn on your razor while it's in your bag when you're on the go. And as expected, the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Gold is waterproof, making it the perfect travel companion. Join the over 10 million men who trust Manscaped and step into your golden era with the Lawnmower 5.0 Ultra Gold. Head to manscaped.com and claim your Forged Gold edition today. Use my promo code Jayvee to get 20% off plus free international shipping at checkout. That's code Jayvee to get 20% off plus free shipping. Join Manscaped today. First of all, I want to say I absolutely love Ghost of Tsushima. It's one of my favorite games of the PS4 era, even though it came at the very end. So to see Sucker Punch come back with not just a sequel, but a new chapter in their Ghost saga is super exciting to me. I love Jin Sakai, so it was interesting to see why they decided to move on from him, and here's what they had to say about that choice. When we set out to make a new Ghost game, we wanted to maintain the core pillars established in Ghost of Tsushima. Playing as a wandering warrior in feudal Japan, offering freedom to explore at your own pace, and highlighting the beauty of the world. We also wanted to continue to innovate. To create something fresh but familiar, we looked beyond Jin Sakai's story and the island of Tsushima and shifted our focus to the idea of the ghost instead. At Sucker Punch, we love origin stories, and we wanted to explore what it could mean to have a new hero wearing a ghost mask and uncovering a new legend. This led us to Ghost of Yotei, a new protagonist, a new story to unfold, and a new region of Japan to explore. While they certainly could have come up with a new story for Jin, I feel like his journey wraps up pretty nicely in Ghost of Tsushima, and the Iki Island DLC almost felt like a mini sequel for him, so I respect their plans to do something a bit more ambitious and creative. Plus, it sets up this series as a franchise, more akin to something like Assassin's Creed. It's pretty easy for us to imagine a couple more Ghost of Blank games in the future, featuring a wandering samurai type who seeks vengeance and cuts down anyone who stands in their path. Even though we only have the announced trailer for Ghost of Yotei, I'm ready for that future for Sucker Punch. That sounds very exciting to me. Speaking of, let's see what they have to say about Atsu and the new setting. While we aren't diving into story specifics yet today, we can reveal that Atsu's journey takes place in 1603, more than 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima. Our story is set in the lands surrounding Mount Yotei, a towering peak in the heart of Ezo, an area of Japan known as Hokkaido in present day. In 1603, this area was outside the rule of Japan and filled with sprawling grasslands, snowy tundras, and unexpected dangers. It's a far cry from the organized samurai clans who lived in Tsushima, and it's the setting for an original story we can't wait to tell. So we don't learn anything about Atsu other than her name, but we can make some guesses based on the trailer. The narration says people go to the north to disappear from Japan, but Atsu came here to hunt, and every Ronin is after her. We see this wanted poster of her, so Clearly, she's done something to earn the reputation of the ghost. Personally, I'm super excited to see how she steps into that persona, and how the ideas of Jin Sakai becoming the ghost are going to be passed down to her. This takes place 300 years after the events of Ghost of Tsushima, so we're obviously not going to see Jin Sakai in the flesh, but someone or something will introduce her to it because she's wearing the mask and she seems to embody the same ideals. Maybe it'll be one of those mystical storytellers that Jin comes across in Ghost of Tsushima. We'll have to see. The setting of Mount Yotei is located on Hokkaido, which is the second largest island of Japan in the northern part of the country. And if you look at a map, we are really far away from the island of Tsushima. That was off the southwestern coast of Japan. So it's telling that Sucker Punch chose the setting for this game to be both far away in time and distance from the first game. To me, it's a clear signal that they want Ghost of Yotei to speak for itself and stand on its own 2 feet. And it gives them more room to make creative choices that aren't shackled down by the decisions that they made for Ghost of Tsushima. Let's hear what they have to say about the visuals. This is also Sucker Punch's first game built from the ground up for PlayStation 5, and we're excited to build on the visual foundation we established in Ghost of Tsushima by making the world feel even more real. We have massive sightlines that let you look far across the environment, whole new skies featuring twinkling stars and auroras, even more believable movement from wind on grass and vegetation, and more improvements we'll share in the future. Our new setting also gives us the opportunity to introduce new mechanics, gameplay improvements, and even new weapons. If you remember, Ghost of Tsushima came out at the very end of the PS4 era, less than 6 months before the PS5 came out. And while we did get a director's cut version for PS5, it still didn't feel completely next-gen. Now we get to see what Sucker Punch can cook up with a fully next-gen game that's not held back by the previous generation, and so far it's looking gorgeous. You can absolutely see what they mean in this gameplay with the massive sightlines and upgraded vegetation. I mean, it really does look incredible. For me, Ghost of Tsushima has incredible art direction that kind of made up for certain aspects that lacked visually. The textures of objects, if you got really close up, they looked a bit muddy, and then the faces, the facial animation, they just didn't look great. They didn't look up to par with other games coming out. Those 2 things specifically look so much better in this trailer for Ghost of Yotei. The face of Atsu and of the guy that are talking in the trailer are much more expressive and detailed than the first game. I noticed Ghost of Tsushima would sometimes try to hide faces in their cutscenes and give you these wide shots of Jin talking to random people in Tsushima. That's because they didn't look that great, and they look great already in this trailer, which is using in-game cinematics and footage, so really happy that they decided to address those things. They also mentioned new mechanics, gameplay improvements, and new weapons. The first thing that really stands out to me is her arsenal. Atsu has dual swords, the Kusarigama, and a rifle. Jin only has his katana for direct combat and his tanto for stealth, so that's already a lot more variety for gameplay in this one. If I had to guess, my bet is they'll expand the stance system and give us even more weapons to play around with. Rifles didn't yet exist during the time of Ghost of Tsushima, so it's cool to see the time period influencing the weapons in Ghost of Yotei. I still hope Atsu has completely silent ranged options though, like the blowgun and the bow, because that really fits the Ghost playstyle. We get a tiny bit more information from their last paragraph here. They say they're going to share more about the game, including details about Atsu's journey and the people and animals she'll meet along the way. I honestly completely missed that we would have a wolf companion the first time I watched this. I thought this was just a creative choice from the trailer because they talk about being hunted and that's what wolves do. But no, it does seem like this wolf is a companion. And it'll be interesting to see how they incorporate that into the gameplay. Like, are we going to control the wolf? Is the wolf going to be a temporary thing? We'll have to see. They hint that Atsu will meet more animals along the way, and I'm not sure if that means she'll interact with animals like Jin does and be able to kneel down and pet them, or if that means she's going to be able to recruit more types of animals than just the wolf and use them in gameplay. Either way, Jin had this special connection with animals, and I feel like that fits into, Japanese culture, so it makes sense for Atsu to have a similar thing going on. But I'm excited to see. Overall, I'm really impressed with Ghost of Yotei. Sucker Punch have always put out quality games, and I love the choice to make Ghost into a series. The concept of the Ronin, the wandering warrior roaming the lands, is always going to be compelling to me as a gamer. That's always going to be a game I want to play. So to see them stick with that and improve upon what we had in Ghost of Tsushima, but give us a new protagonist and a new setting, I couldn't be happier with the choice. And visually, it just looks incredible. So I can't wait to see what they've been cooking. So that is it for me, guys. Let me know what you think about Ghost of Yotei from this short trailer. Are you excited for it? Do you have concerns? So on and so forth. Share your thoughts in the comment section below. Hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, remember to hit that like button. I'd appreciate it. And also subscribe to the channel for more videos like this and ring the bell so you don't miss my next one. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll talk to you next time.